What's up, gamers? Today we're back with a video talking about, why you probably see me not really earning trophies for a couple of months. Well, not like, I have, but like, like platinums out the ass kind of deal. It's honestly, to keep it kind of brief to start with, I kind of just got bored of trophy hunting. It was kind of feeling like a job, and games shouldn't feel like a job. Games should be fun. To expand upon that, I'm gonna talk about, some of the trophies that admittedly kind of got me to step back a bit and go, holy fucking shit, this game does not respect me at all. We have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think that's a starting point, like beginning of last year, should be 2021, beginning of that year, like around that time, like last Christmas. I should say last Christmas. Okay, like the map's huge. It expects you to do everything, but it's an Ubisoft game, so that stuff it expects you to do is not fun, meaningful content. It is filler to pad out the game because Ubisoft want to sell you microtransaction boosters and keep you hooked on that playtime metric, and the games are pretty big, not just size wise in like a game mode, but storage size. They want you just playing that so they can try and milk you dry. It's what's they're giving the idea that trophy hunting's becoming more like a job. I never did actually do Valhalla, because I just stopped because it was like I realised, hey, this game isn't going to respect my time. Like I have no issue with like games that are longer because of trophyless beat, because like, okay, then you got 100% the like game to do stuff, because I've always had an enjoyment in trying to always go for 100% in-game content, even if I don't always hit 100%. I'd prefer if games went back to how, with the 100% stuff, like how GTA is, where it was like, okay, you unlock like stuff, like even if it's just gag stuff, like in Vice City, like the I 100%ed Vice City, and all I got was this t-shirt kind of joke, stuff like that. That was a fun thing to unlock back on the PS2. But yeah, I'm talking about like how then there's also like other stuff that appeared, like where like games have like a tendency for some reason when it comes to trophies to sometimes just have like really like mundane stuff that like, well, not just mundane stuff, but I don't know, it's mundane stuff. Like, I don't know how you'd put it, but like, when like it just expects you to do something like, I don't know, you've opened a door, here's a trophy kind of stuff. It's just like that doesn't really spark interest in a game. Like it's funny when it's a joke. Like I think there was like, I can't remember if when I played it, but not Salvation, the Terminator game, the decent one. No, not Salvation, but the decent one. It was like actually alright. I forgot what Resistance, I think it was, yeah, Resistance. There's like a joke trophy in that for like unlocking a door in Pasadena at the end of the game. But the joke was, it was a door that was stuck into a wall where everything was blown out around it. But it was a funny joke, it was a gag. It was like, hey, that's pretty funny. Because you would gain lockpicking anyway, because admittedly it made the game stupidly easy. But they're the kind of stuff I enjoy, but you've opened the door. Nah, mate, don't give me a trophy for that. Do stuff like, earlier I was playing SMT Nocturne. As much as I dislike Puzzle Boy, my experience of it, because I don't like puzzle games, getting the trophy for beating the first stage, which is called Casual Gamer, that was kind of funny, because Puzzle Boy's hyped up by the mannequin kid. It's going to be really hard. And you're like, the first stage is pretty easy. Then by stage 20, you're just there like, if you don't use a guide, you just kind of sat there like, what am I doing with my life? And you get the trophy called Pro Gamer, which is actually kind of funny. Because you have to do this all in like one sitting. You can't quit out of Puzzle Boy then come back, which I wish you could. But I didn't really do it for the trophy. I did Puzzle Boy because it gives you a Mogatama, which is like one of the best. I think it's like the best healing one, or one of the best ones. It gives Demi-Fiend the AoE heal thing, so you can kind of do some questionable things if you have certain party members. Well, not demons, the fiends. But that's not something we're talking about. But yeah, like I did mainly for that, and that was funny. It was a nice surprise to get that. Then like looking at the rest of the trophy list for Nocturne, it's the stuff I like. I mean, I'm never gonna beat the game on hard mode. Hard mode is, it's hard. I don't want to worry about press turns. Okay, game. I don't want to worry about losing my progress in the labyrinth of the Molar, but that's how I wish more games did trophy lists, where it's a lot more emphasis about you just playing the game and just popping up from doing stuff, you know, that's actually, you know, a achievement, so to speak. Like if you beat SMT Nocturne hard mode, I'll be honest with you, you probably have more patience than me, and if you get all the endings, because if I have to, because I have no clue how you trigger any of the reasons, sadly, but I think there's a trophy in it for just getting like all the endings, which is nice, but you can do it across multiple different save files, so you don't, because I don't think you can do them all on one because of like lockout points and something. I don't know, but yeah, more games should be like that, but they're not. They're like Ubisoft lists where it's just nonsense padded out to get playtime metrics, because 40 hours making a what would be a 4-6 hour game into 40 hours is way more fun, apparently. I don't know when a game really is like 6 hours and it goes to 40, but you get my point. Like, a lot of lists just exist to extend that playtime metric for no real reason other than, hey, we have playtime. It's so they can just slap it on a box like, yeah, it's like 200 hours of content. It's really not. Like, then there's just probably the final thing, which made me kind of realise I don't really like trophies anymore. The fact that this is more so about the community. It's become a numbers game more than it has like people just enjoying stuff they want. Like people have started to like there's like a whole genre of games that exist just to sell you a trophy, and you know, it's kind of just turned the community into this whole numbers race, instead of people going like, oh yeah man, I'm gonna go, like, I need a couple of dudes, you know, come help me out, you know, come help me try platinum, like, you know, I don't know, like, I don't really know any multiplayer games that are hard, but that you can't do on your own. I'm just gonna say Payday 2, because most people aren't like me and Solo Death Wish like it's a laugh, you know. But yeah, people, you know, be like that before. Now it's just, I've bought the 15th version of Anal Pound 15 for 79p each, and I've spent like 15-20 quid on this, technically just the same game, just to get some digital numbers to flex my ego on rando people who don't actually care, kind of deal. I mean, because when you're spending like 15-20 quid on the same game multiple times, you know what you could just do? You could buy a good game, like, off the top of my head, Hades comes to mind. That's like 20 quid. It's 16.99, something like that. It's like either 15 or 20 quid, you know. But even then, in sales, you could get something for a good cheeky fiver, like Hollow Knight. I picked that up like years ago. Not really my kind of game, admittedly, after I played it, but you know, people are just like, ironically, in the trophy community, are basically the reason why games are becoming shitty, because they're like the minority of people that kind of have given a handful of companies a way to basically just show gamers don't give a shit what you try and sell them if you can fucking jerk their ego off a bit. But, you know, gamers and jerking off ego is a whole different thing, but that's it. We're gonna try upload more regularly, probably, hopefully. See you next time.